The Al Falah Medical College in Faridabad is now under intense scrutiny. It has been for the last 72 hours. NDTV has accessed the video from inside the university, which shows building number 17, which housed room number 13, which belonged to Muzammil. It is in this room, viewers, that the accused doctors met and hatched the plot for the 10-11 blast. As per sources, the accused doctors pooled in 26 lakh rupees collected and handed over to Umar. Investigation uncovers purchase of 26 quintals of NPK fertilizer for 3 lakh rupees. Alarming details suggest planning of attacks in Delhi and UP. Faculty members allegedly acquired chemicals from the lab, transported it to Dhauj and to Taga. Police have sealed room number 13. Now, from Dr. Shaheen Shahed, a JESH recruiter who taught at Al Falah University, to Dr. Muzammil Sheikh, from whose home 2,900 kilograms of explosives were found. These are the people involved in hatching that plan. Now, remember, the plan wasn't for 10-11. It was for the 6th of December. That was what they were focusing on. Our sources have told us that Republic Day next year was also on the terror radar, and even Diwali this year, but the plan moved to the 6th of December. Another key name, Dr. Umar, accused of executing the Red Fort blast, and the man connecting these dots, Jamil, the university's recruiter, known to have hired multiple doctors from Jammu and Kashmir. Investigators say that Dr. Nisarul Hassan, dismissed in 2022 by the Jammu and Kashmir administration for posing a threat to the state security, was reportedly employed by the Al Falah College. We've been talking about that white-collar ecosystem, and these are the names that come up. Anushka now joining me live once again. Anushka, the focus is getting more intense on Al Falah University, on that building, on that room number. What are the latest details you can bring for us from Al Falah?
That's right, Vedika. We are seeing that since the raids that had happened, the joint operation of Jammu, Kashmir and Haryana police, Al Falah University has very much been at the epicenter of this whole blast incident. Also, we are seeing that Haryana police teams have reached the university premises once again. Yesterday also, rounds of questioning had been done. Before yesterday, we saw 52 people were questioned and 6 of them were detained. Those were later, in fact, relieved from the questioning rounds. We are showing you the visuals. This is the building, and we have also shown you, this is the university premises, and we have shown you the visuals of the building, building number 17, wherein inside room number 13, huge conspiracy was in fact being planned by Muzammil Shakil and his colleagues inside this Al Falah University. Also, we are seeing that in this particular case, as a part of plan, large quantity of explosives had been purchased with the aim of preparing many vehicles for attack. We are seeing that 3 to 4 vehicles have been in fact nabbed by the police. What we are learning by sources is that the 4th vehicle, that is the Maruti Brezza, has been inside the university premises outside the residence of Shaheen, where she is living. Umar, Muzammil was seen quite often driving Shaheen's car. Both of them were preparing those cars to use it as a vehicle that could carry explosives inside the interiors of Delhi NCR. We did see how some sensitive areas were wrecked, and the car, the I-20 Hyundai that was involved in the blast, was revolved around all those areas, being Mayur Vihar, Connaught Place, Sunehri Masjid, and then later at the parking of Chandni Chowk. We do know that this is a time of wedding seasons. Many of the people visit Chandni Chowk because it is considered to be a huge market where people can go and shop, and 6 p.m. is the time where majority of footfall can be seen outside the Jama Masjid when the blast took place. The eyewitnesses have said and have claimed that it was a moving vehicle, and that investigating agencies have also confirmed that Jain Mandir was also one of the targets of all these people, and they were trying to orchestrate an attack outside Jain Mandir, and we saw how just outside the Jain Mandir this blast took place, which claimed the lives of many people, and we are getting to know many people are still injured and are battling for their life inside the hospital. Over to you.
Anushka, thanks for bringing us those details live from outside Al Falah University. We have some breaking news coming in. All right, new details emerging, and these details are connected with Shaheen Saeed. What we're now being told is that Masood Azhar's nephew, Umar Farooq's wife, Afira Bibi, had connections with Shaheen Saeed. Afira was in contact with Shaheen, is what our sources are telling us. Shaheen was preparing the Jamaat-ul-Mominat women's wing in the country at the behest of Saida Masood Azhar's sister and Afira. So we're seeing that connect now between the Jaish-e-Mohammed and the women's wing that they wanted to bring here to India. Akhil with me on that. Akhil, what are the details you have for us? These are huge developments that we are bringing to our viewers here on NDTV. Akhil, can you hear me? We seem to have lost the line there with Akhil, but I'm just going to take you through the breaking again before we reconnect with Akhil there. New details emerging of a possible Jaish women's wing that was being planned in India, and spearheading that plan was none other than Masood Azhar's nephew Umar Farooq's wife Afira Bibi, who had connections with Shaheen Saeed. Afira was in contact with Shaheen is what our sources are telling us. Shaheen was preparing the Jamaat-ul-Mominat women's wing in the country at the behest of Saida, who is Masood Azhar's sister, as well as Afira. I believe Aditya is going to update us on this breaking now. Aditya, a lot of links being established here between the woman on our screens and the Jaish-e-Mohammed.
Well, that's right, Vedika. Investigators both from the Delhi Police Special Cell, NIA and Haryana Police are trying to investigate further the role of Shaheen Shahida, accomplice of Muzammil, also girlfriend of Muzammil in this entire case. Both of them were in the Al Falah University and were conspiring this entire attack. In fact, in her car was an AK-47 and other ammunition also recovered. Now, new details emerging of how, this particular woman was in fact involved in this entire terror conspiracy. We also know that Shaheen Shahida was in fact regularly in touch with Asira in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and was in touch with the woman wing of the Jaish-e-Mohammed. So these are very important details that are coming in this entire investigation of how Jaish-e-Mohammed was trying to establish a woman wing, not just in Pakistan but in India as well. Now this could also establish more details on the larger conspiracy of the Jaish-e-Mohammed module, the doctor module, where educated doctors who should be saving lives were instead being used as suicide bombers, as someone who could easily take lives and was radicalized to that level. In fact, they have been working for last several months collecting ammunition and also trying to see which all areas in Delhi they could strike. They were working very, very silently. They've had a group on signal, and that's what the investigators are now trying to study. The pattern of their travel history, the signal, WhatsApp and their call logs. So their entire data banks are being studied very, very regularly, apart from driving license and Aadhaar card, also to study if there are any more cars where, many more cars that could have been used for the terror attack. So there was a scare momentarily because these two cars were missing, both the Brezza as well as EcoSport, but now they have been found, and the sleuths of the NIA, the JNK police and other forces, including the NSG bomb disposal squad, are now studying those vehicles. But this Jaish link is very, very critical, where this particular lady, Shaheen Shahida, was directly in contact with elements in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and Pakistan of the Jaish-e-Mohammed.
Aditya, thanks for bringing us up to speed with that development. I believe we have more breaking news coming in. Now, from our sources, what we're getting to know is a major conspiracy was being hatched in room number 13 of building number 17 at Al Falah University. As part of the plan, a large quantity of explosives had been purchased with the aim of preparing 32 vehicles, 32 cars for attacks and causing widespread devastation. The case, of course, is under investigation. Anushka joining me on that. Anushka, more and more details emerging, linking it to Al Falah University. 32 cars is what they were planning, Anushka.
That's right, Vedika. As we are piecing together the information, it seems that they were in fact amassing such massive amount of explosives so that they could prepare it and keep it inside 32 cars and drive it to different key locations in Delhi, NCR and around North India, so that they can orchestrate a massive attack that could in fact also overtake the intensity of the 26/11 attack that happened in Mumbai. We are outside the Al Falah University, inside where these whole plans were in fact being hatched. hashed by Shaheen and also Muzammil Shakil. Will try to get you some visuals also. Haryana police have once again reached here so that they could investigate further in this matter. This is a university that remains at the center. 40% of the population here are of Kashmiri people. Many of the people who are in fact studying inside had no idea that this was happening just inside the university where they were coming to study and where they were in fact teaching students. And they have in fact also claimed the university had come out with a statement yesterday. They had said and they had also acknowledged that 2 of the faculties here had been detained, and that questioning is also in fact going on. Rounds of questioning have been going on because remember, they were living here inside for the past 3.5 years. And also to get the viewers a sense of what this location looks like, I'll ask my camera person Panchanan to pan the camera and show you the visuals of the area here. This is Fatehpur Taga village of Dhauj police station here at Faridabad, and this seems like a very secluded area where not much human activities can be seen. This is a very secluded area inside outskirts of Delhi NCR and deep inside the village in Faridabad. This is where this planning was in fact being hashed. Few kilometers from here is the rented accommodation of Muzammil Shakil, where he had stored all those explosives. 2,900 kilograms of explosives was found inside the rented accommodation. What the landlord had said is that Muzammil Shakil had come there and had given 2,400 rupees advance money and had said that 3 of his Kashmiri friends will come to take all those kept inside. But later on, police officials arrived there and seized all those items, and that is how the landlord got to know that these were in fact explosives that were kept inside and were being used as a part of a bigger conspiracy around this whole North Indian districts. And he has also said what we are getting to know about this whole conspiracy is that it is linked to the Babri case. We have seen quite a lot of time when Jaish Ansar has openly pledged that he will be taking revenge about the Babri case, about the demolition of the Babri Masjid. And Ayodhya Ram Temple has also been in the target of the people who were hatching this plan. Not just Ayodhya, several key locations as at Delhi, Faridabad, Gurugram, Saharanpur and Hapur were in fact being on the target. Shaheen is said to be preparing a women wing here linked to Jaish-e-Mohammed, and that is how this whole module was being operated. Several people have been detained, several people are being questioned, and as we are speaking, as the investigation picks up pace, we are seeing that more and more could be revealed in this whole investigation, and we would get to know as to what was the deeper conspiracy behind the blast that happened on 10th of November. Back to you.
Anushka, I also want to take a moment to discuss how the explosives were gathered. It's not obviously a matter of weeks that these explosives were collected. It's a matter of months. How can you throw light on the operations that were underway, the covert ops by these doctors at Al-Fayyah University?
Well, Vedika, what the investigative agencies have revealed is that many of this, explosive were in fact being developed inside the university, inside the room number 13 that we were previously discussing about. What we do know by now is that from Nuh in Haryana is where they had in fact purchased massive amount of fertilizers and chemicals, so they can modify it and can be in fact make explosives from these kind of chemicals. Also, what we do know is that this is not the first place where the explosives have been found. 350 kilogram of explosives of a suspected ammonium nitrate were found inside the rented accommodation of Muzammil Shakil. They were planning to use these explosives in 32 different cars. We have seen a series of second-hand cars that the police is in fact hunting right now. The I-20 car in which the blast took place, the red EcoSport that the Delhi police the Faridabad police have rounded up and were in fact saying that this was also a car that is linked to this conspiracy. Also, we are seeing that the Brezza that is in question is right now inside the university. This is said to be Shaheen's car, which was about to be used for the conspiracy, and we are showing you the visuals as well. This is the Al-Falah University so that the viewers can get an understanding of what the university looks like. This is where this whole incident took place, where 2 of the suspects have been found and have been detained and been questioned by the Faridabad police cell. The whole investigation has been taken over by the NIA, but we are seeing that this is an umbrella investigation where Jammu Kashmir police, Haryana police, also UP ATS and different other investigating agencies are in fact involved and are trying to gather evidences and key revelations about these whole case is in fact set to be revealed in some time as well, is what we are getting to know. 32 different cars. Now, Vedika, this throws light to a very sinister pattern that could have been achieved had the investigating agencies not reached to the place and had not busted the whole explosives inside the rented accommodation, after which we saw Umar got in panic mode and then he orchestrated this whole blast that happened in Chandni Chowk. This clearly says that they had also discussed about plan B, that when any of them would get caught, some of them will be in fact orchestrating the blast that in fact we are seeing that took lives of many people as of yet. Over to you.
Anushka, thanks for joining us live from outside Al Falah University, the epicenter of all that was planned ahead of the initial plan, which was December 6th and targeting 6 places in NCR. But remember, that's when Umar panicked, when there was the recovery of the explosives, because of which he rushed that car into Delhi. He was spotted at 50 places at least through CCTV footage. We've brought you some of those videos as well. But more details also emerging on the other person that we've been talking about, the other person of interest, which is Dr. Shaheen, the woman arrested from Kanpur, who was allegedly tasked with setting up the terror outfit, the women's wing for the terror outfit in India. As per sources, Dr. Shaheen was receiving funds from Jaish and in constant touch with Jaish chief Masood Azhar's sister. Masood Azhar, remember, is one of the key masterminds of the 26/11 attacks. Sources add that Dr. Shaheen was involved in opening recruitment centers for the women's wing at the various locations in Western Uttar Pradesh, like Saharanpur. Investigative agencies suspect she was using funds to purchase explosives and for recce. So that's the update we have on Dr. Shaheen.